Hey Siri, play my favorites.
Hey yo, what is going on you guys? Alejandro here and welcome back to the episode of Magayon. Welcome to part 2 of building the National Sports Hub, a multi-purpose sports complex inspired by Singapore. And yeah, if you want to watch the part 1, which you should probably do, it's linked down below. Let's get started. Now, in the previous episode, we laid the foundations or the groundwork for what we're going to be for the entire build, basically. We placed everything down. Now we're going to be focusing on the detailing. We're going to be focusing on detailing. So, yeah, now we're going to be doing the way people are going to be accessing the stadium, which are 3 main access points or modes of access. We can go through into the stadium by walking into it, biking into it, or driving your car into it because there's parking underground or whatever. Now, I elevated the pathway like above the stadium so that it would be easier to place them down and just sunk them later on. Now, I'm doing these perimeter, or this is an elevated portion, by the way. So the entire stadium is in various different levels, and you'd see the various different levels later on. Now I'm just connecting the pathways together so that people can go into the stadium even though there are no access points to the stadium, because this is a procedural object, and I'm clipping it with the real stadium, Camp Nou, and this is the Tokyo Olympic Stadium. If you guys want to check out where I took inspiration from this build, check out the last episode because I went into detail with that. But essentially, I'm taking inspiration from Singapore, and this is a multi-purpose sports complex. Now we can change. The amazing thing about this is that even though this is a football stadium I have inside, let's just imagine that it is configurable into whatever sport you're having. So yeah, you can change the seats, you can change the arrangement of everything for whatever thing you need, may it be concerts, basketball, or whatever. You can do anything. That's why it's called multi-purpose. Yes. Now I'm covering the ugliness of the level with cobblestone surfaces, but later on I'll change them for a yellowish one, like timber kind of thing. But I'm actually using, you'd see later on why, because the building has that timber accent on it. It's like white and wood, and I want to extend the wood accent because the pathways on the promenade are actually wooden pathways. They're roads, but they're pedestrian only roads. So yeah, we're going to be changing that to fit here so that's all connected. Now I am adding in grass because we need grass, of course. Magayon is known for a lot of greenery, and the color of my channel is green, and we have a lot of green. We even have a city dedicated named Green, Lundian. Luntian is the name, but we gotta change it a little bit because that's how people do it, I guess. They just use a basic name and change a letter, and then it's the name of a place. Yeah, #recycling. But yeah, now I'm adding this stairs, which nobody uses. It's just for aesthetics, because once again, this is just a procedural object we have here. The access point is actually on the side, so yeah, I just placed later. I wasn't able to place it, but there's an access point into that part of the building, and that is essentially the mall. If you want to go into the stadium, you have to go up the stairs because the first level is the mall, and on top of that is the stadium itself. But yeah, as you can see, I am changing the color of this to a little bit of a yellow. Now I was trying to use pavements, but you can't change the color of pavements, so I'm using asphalt and then changing them up using the painter tool, I guess, on Move It. And the amazing thing about Move It with a recent update is that, or maybe, I don't know, I'm not a bit updated, but the amazing thing about it is that when you copy something, the color that you're copying from, when you're pasting it, it's the same color. So that is amazing. You'd see me use that here in changing the flooring, the design, and also for the buildings later on. Now adding in, of course, we have to have Jollibee. Oh, that's lucky me. That's the Jollibee. Bida ang saya. Yeah, it's a Jollibee. Yes, we have Jollibee on the side, and we have other restaurants on the side because Jollibee is the biggest restaurant here in the Philippines, the fast food restaurant. It's bigger than McDonald's here because they have more branches. But yeah. We also have, of course, McDonald's, KFC, and other restaurants here. And of course, we can't forget about Starboux. Don't forget about Starboux. People gotta get caffeinated. Caffeinated when watching a game. You wanna be energized while watching the game. So yeah, sponsored by Starboux. Just kidding. When will we be sponsored though? But yeah, now I'm just adding this concrete protection thing so that people won't fall off. There's a chicken behind me, so that they won't fall off into like the different tiers because this is a stacked. This is a nice way to maximize space, rather than the past Olympic stadiums that were just purpose built for a single event. People can go here even though there's no sporting event because there's a mall under it. There are other facilities that people can use, and yeah, here is what you can see. This is not actually the mall, I guess. Like this is where like sports stores or like the facilities for the national stadium is, but it can also be the entrance for the mall. Now the mall is actually huge. We can't just see it in the game because it's covered by the rooftop or the covering. The chicken is annoying. I'm so sorry guys for the chicken. We will cook them tomorrow, don't worry. We're gonna have chicken joy tomorrow. Now gusto ko talaga magpa-deliver. But yeah, a weird language change here, but yeah, adding in trees, greenery, yes, to the top of this because we're also going to be having trees above it. There you go. A lot of these things are going to be removed, that part right there, because I want it to be open, just an open space, so that's where people can sit down, like have a picnic or whatever, and watch the gigantic LED screen that I forgot to place, so that they can watch the game from the outside of the stadium. And we have like different areas for that too, around the stadium and even across the river. So yeah, we might build them in the future, but might not. You never know. You never know with these things. Everything is uncertain. But yeah, adding in these cypress. These are actually props, and the nice thing about them, I have the trees to prop converter, so we actually have a prop version of each tree. And the nice thing about that is that they don't clip to the texture, so I can elevate them or sync them however I want, and that's amazing. Now here I'm just fixing the pathways, making them look curvier with the node controller, covering the holes, the grass, the inconsistencies, making it all look nice and tidy, and also making it look clean. Now we are doing the entrance to the parking lot, like the underground entrance. But as you can see, this is Cities Skylines. We can actually do interiors here. So let's just imagine that this goes into the parking lot because I placed parking things there, like the tunnel and the one with the closing in the opening so that cars can enter. Let's just play with imagination. Now we're adding in, pathways again, making it curved because why not? We love curves, and we can only do curves in City Skylines with roads unless you have like curved buildings already, but they're not that customizable. So here we have the Olympic torch. Now a lot of you guys have been commenting in my post on Instagram and the previews like, oh my gosh, it's small and it's from Jakarta. It's the national monument, I guess, of Jakarta. If you guys have any information on the significance of this building, hit me up in the comments because I would gladly love to know more, and so that people would also know more. #share mo lang. Anyways, we're just adding the Olympic things, Olympic props everywhere, the Olympic rings on the entrance to the mall, an Olympic ring flag across the promenade, and also an Olympic by the monument. So here we have the like underground level or below ground, but actually it's on the ground, but it just has a grass as a roof, if you know what I mean. It's a little bit confusing, but later on in the live play, I will explain everything in detail. We're gonna have a close look, so I'm quite excited for that. But it might be a little bit laggy, so sorry about that. a little bit of an early apology. But yeah, I'm also making the key a little bit smaller, like this seating area or stairs or whatever, like by the water, because it kind of looks big, like for the scale of it. And we are very thankful for Node Controller. A lot of great mods have made this video possible. So if you guys want to see the mods that I use for this episode, the mod collection is down below, as well as the road network collection and the map theme and the LUT. But if you guys want to have early access to all the collections of Magayon, I actually already have it down on my Patreon. That's patreon.com/Calejandro, and you can have everything from the assets, the trees, the props, the vehicles, roads, mods, everything all in one place. And also, if you become a patron, you would support this channel and you would greatly support me in making more higher quality videos like this, and support me in my studies, because classes are about to start in a few days, and you know, it's a bit exciting and a bit scary at the same time. But the excitement, excitement is just nervousness, but on a different scale. They're just on the same wavelength, but excitement is on the top part of the wave and nervousness is on the bottom, so we just have to choose which one. Psychology. But yeah, now we're at the nighttime with that tangent done. Here is the nightscape. We're adding the night is ever as important as daytime, so it's very important, and I love the shots I have of this at night. You see them later into the cinematics. And yeah, placing down golden lights. Now I was thinking on whether I should opt for regular neutral colored lights, but I decided on warm golden yellow lights and just keep the white ones for the interior of the place, because it has to be white on the inside. White light, not the white, white on the inside, yellow on the outside. Oh, is that me? Whitewashed? But yeah, we're not whitewashed. We are cultured. Salin. And you'd see Salin, by the way. It's like just across the highway of this stadium, so it's quite nice. Now we're doing the shrubberies and busheries part of this episode. We're only having like short bushes and short shrubberies, because we don't want to block the view of this place, and people have to it has to look amazing from far. But if you guys want me to place like more canopic type of trees, like bigger ones, hit me up in the comments. I don't know if that might look nice, but yeah, it is what it is. Now we're just adding in the final details of this build, fixing up the roundabout, adding in the center island right here, and adding a little bit of trees. Making sure that everything looks nice. Yes. And yeah,